You wanted the best. You got the best. The hottest podcast in the world, The Idol Effect. It's the Idol Effect Kiss Special with special guests from Mondo Generator and Mighty Jack, Jeff Bowman. From Fifth Town and B-movie superstars, Martin Barrera.
As the Beaver.
Also, Jimmy Palmer of 111 Guitar.
Not the Beaver.
From White Guy, Eric Willman and Mike Jimenez. And me also from White Guy, Noe Gutierrez. And now your hosts, Chuck Ellis and Jerry White.
Did you say white?
There's a
You
G in
okay?
there.
I love this song. And then it goes away.
I like when you scratch the fucking record.
And
We
so
do it
it's,
with vinyl.
it's cold gin time again. And you know it's the only thing that keeps us all together. This is The Idol Effect, episode 9, the Kiss Special. We're holding hands because this one's gay. We're going to talk about all things Kiss and possibly Rat because Stephen Piercy, no Rat.
I'm a Rat fan.
Steven
Okay.
canceled.
Stephen canceled, we're going to talk about Kiss instead.
It's actually Stefan, but go ahead.
We are surrounded by local rock and roll royalty. Can I go that far?
Kissologists, if
I
you
like.
will.
I'm working to something here. All right. Rock and roll royalty, which begs the question, as we're in episode 9 of this show, why does this show not have a fucking lead-in tune? Why do we not have our own music?
Episode 9?
Do we do it?
You know all these musicians, and we have no music for this show. I'm looking at you, Martine. I'm looking straight at fucking
I'm
you.
waiting on Charlie to do something.
You're waiting a long time.
I'm looking straight at you.
Well,
And it's half your show, you fucktard. Why don't we have music?
well, I figured there's a plethora of music.
You can't even spell plethora. Anyway, moving on. I know you got a timeline. Let's get to it.
Okay.
Tell me who's here. He told me who's here.
We know
I
who's
know
here.
who's here. Tell me something else.
Well, today we're going to be paying tribute, talking about, and
Dissecting.
paying homage and,
Making fun
and
of.
maybe ripping on a little bit of all
Kiss.
of the members of Kiss, the band Kiss, the Knights in Satan service, if you will.
I've never heard that one.
But primarily the core members: Stanley Bert Eisen, aka Paul Stanley, the Star Child,
Wasn't it Keep It Simple Stupid?
something like that.
Somebody.
Chime Witz, aka Gene Klein, aka Gene Simmons, the Demon.
Wits, are you serious?
Chime Witz. Is
Chime.
Chime Witz.
Use the microphone.
Put some phlegm in your throat.
Chime.
Feel free to grab that
It's
thing with
kind.
the cord.
It's kind.
There you go.
Hold it.
It's kind.
I know you like to hold it.
It's Lahaima.
Correct.
Sometimes.
Correct me as I go, Palmer, so you want to hold this. Paul Daniel Freely, a.k.a. Ace, the spaceman. And, of course, George Peter John Criscola, a.k.a. Peter Chris the Catman, and the rest, of course.
What, here in
we'll
Gilligan's
get
Isle?
to
What the hell is that?
We'll touch on them. So here we go with our panel of Kissologists here. We're going to take a walk down through Kistery.
Maybe a quick sprint. It's only an hour show.
Now, no, it is not an hour show.
It's not an hour show?
I hope you saved
That,
20.
that camera will run for about a 120, and after that, it's all audio,
No,
baby.
fair enough. Okay, well,
all
we'll
right.
we'll skip some parts. So, in the early 70s, Kiss traces its roots back to Wicked Lester, a New York-based rock and roll band led by co-founders Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, and Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, and some other guys. So, anybody remember Wicked Lester? Looking at you, Jer.
You know I don't, man. I'm the guy that bags on Kiss, so no, I don't.
All right. Well, late in 1972, Simmons spots an ad in Rolling Stone placed by Peter Criss, a drummer looking to do anything to make it.
I bet.
And Criss auditions and begins rehearsing with Simmons and Stanley as a trio. Then in January 73,
I know,
Simmons,
he does this. I know.
Stanley, Criss,
It's necessary.
they audition Ace Frehley. The same month, Wicked Lester drops the name and the band becomes Kiss. Stanley is credited with coming up with the logo, or the name, while freely designs the original logo. So this was early 70s. So what does everybody remember about first? I know this might be a little early. Maybe you were aware of Kiss once they broke on the scene, right? I'm just
Dude,
saying.
you just fucking call me old? Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Just blatantly call me
Just
old?
the oldest one here, that's all.
Well, I will say this. Wicked Lester was 72, and then in between the Kiss, they were thinking about naming the band Fuck. That's what I heard.
Were they really?
That's what I heard, yeah.
As in, like, fuck, they suck.
Yeah. It was too much, so they went for Kiss. That's what I heard. So,
I like fuck better.
yeah.
Well, you're probably right, Jim.
They would have sold as many t-shirts out of that.
Yeah.
Well, in 73, the band enters Bell Sound Studios. They record their first album in New York City for Casablanca Records.
I love when he does homework. He's got pages and shit. Isn't it great?
He downloaded the
You made
Wikipedia.
this shit. I can show up.
I don't think he's doing your homework.
And then
Copy and paste
and then in 1974, Kiss appears on the Mike Douglas Show.
I saw that.
Did you see that? A broadcast.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I have it.
So a broadcast that includes the first Gene Simmons interview.
There was some old lady that didn't know what to do with Gene. I remember that much.
Right. Martin, you've seen that, right? You saw that interview, correct?
Hand that mic.
Yeah, I just saw that the other day on the reruns, and he looked like one of the Ramones with makeup on.
It looked like the Ramones coming out with makeup.
He was much thinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that much gefilte fish. Yeah.
And they played Firehouse and
Yeah. Everything you just said is 100% factual.
Is it?
Wow.
Drop the mic, drop the mic.
Fact check.
Drop the mic. Approval right there.
So when did everybody? Okay, when did everybody? I did become aware of Kiss in the 70s, probably around the time Destroyer got released. So when did?
76.
Yeah. So when did everybody become aware of Kiss? Like, were you?
Tell us in an orderly fashion.
Who was
You first.
Not necessarily everybody. Who was a big fan right off the bat? Were you a fan right off the bat?
Definitely. Love Gun was my first record. Getting that one. I'm assuming it was when it came out because the timeline worked out. You know, end of kindergarten, going into first grade.
Right.
And so Love Gun was definitely my first.
Did
Yeah.
Love Gun mean cock?
He's so soft-spoken.
Did he mean cock? I wasn't sure.
When did you, Jeff? When did you become aware of Kiss?
I became aware of Kiss in kindergarten.
Don't be afraid of these mics. Get
It's a
up
big
on them.
kindergarten.
Get up on them.
Yeah, there's a kindergarten
attraction.
attraction to,
Kindergarten
this, to
and
the
Kiss.
makeup and everything
Yeah.
like that. And me and Gene Reel and a kid named Brent Hedquist used to pretend we were Kiss on the playground and everything. And I don't know if it coincided with a release because I didn't even know what a release was. Releasing an album, or whatever.
Right,
but Gene Reel's dad had all the records, so I think he gave me some. I might have taken some. I don't know. And then I had an older cousin. Once I learned what Kiss was, then I had an older cousin that had some albums and posters, and he hooked me up. So
Did he give you some or did you take some? I think you know.
I may have taken. I don't remember
think
paying
you
any
know.
money for him.
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
think you do.
So
Well,
I was a good kid.
Mike and I are related, and we're
No, you're
really
not.
close in age.
You're admitting that on live fucking.
And
okay.
when he got Love Gun, I saw Love Gun too. Funny story. Years later, my son's in first grade, a couple years back, and he has a Love Gun lunch pail. We bought him one, and he said, he comes back, Dad, I'm not taking this to school anymore. People are making fun of all these girls on my lunch pail.
No.
I love lunch pail stories. Appreciate that you have a thermos.
Now, Kiss set out on their first tour as an opening act for one, Manfred Mann, blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche.
Yeah.
Did you
And,
really say douche?
Isn't it?
I think he
That's one of the
says.
songs on Kiss.
I think he says.
I think it's a rip off like a douche. Just to correct you.
Oh, thank you.
It's all about correcting you, man.
And then also Savoy Brown. Now, this is a trivia question I had for you guys. In the late 70s, Savoy Brown singer Dave Walker also temporarily sang for
Black Sabbath.
There it is. Boom! Bam!
Drop the mic.
I'm sorry, you should have said, who is Black Sabbath?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll take it. I jumped the gun. I jumped the Love Gun. Yeah.
You'll be popular in this
TMI.
room.
TMI.
Now, in 74, thank you, Kiss. In 74, Kiss records their second album, Hotter Than Hell, in Los Angeles, and sales are lackluster, but the live show is the word.
Hotter.
The buzz on the live show is happening, and the live show that they're around that time, Rush is opening for Kiss.
Which is a total.
Totally.
Come on, Rush opening for Kiss.
Also, too, you guys got to realize Kiss released 2 records a year. 1974, 2 records. 1975, 2 records.
Right.
1976, I mean, two.
So, yeah.
Touring after touring, crazy.
Yeah, Dress to Kill. They went Kiss,
Kiss,
Hotter Than Hell.
74, and then
Dress to Kill.
Dress to Kill,
and then Alive,
and then Alive came. Yeah, okay.
yeah. And then Destroyer, then Rock and Roll Over, and then Love Gun and Alive 2, and then they also released Double Platinum in 1978.
Correct.
And then after that would be the solo albums in 19.
No, I'm sorry. You're. No, you're right. You're right. No, you're right. You're
Solo
right.
records,
Yeah.
and then right after that came Dynasty, and then
Okay.
So I guess we're done. Good night. Thanks for coming.
Good night.
Sorry,
Thanks for here, man.
I'm trying to stump the Trump here.
Right.
We have the lead, dude.
Fuck the Chuck.
So, yeah.
He's trying to fuck the Chuck over here.
No, you're absolutely right, Palmer.
He's a Chuck fucking that Palmer guy.
Yeah. Kiss somewhat harnesses their live performance in Kiss Alive.
I like how you say somewhat.
Well, because why is that?
They enhance the crowd
Anybody?
noise, right?
Well, that's
on
kind
the
of
album?
sort of all it is, right?
See that black thing with a big ball on it?
Yeah.
Hey,
This thing?
That thing.
He's just a two
The
balls.
thing you attempt to sing into every other weekend?
I'll be in the lobby.
There you go. You get a lot of...
So Kiss harnesses the excitement of their live performance, and Alive is a real success, but it's really not. It's not completely live. Is that correct? Would I be
That's
correct?
my
Anybody?
understanding.
Yeah.
I have no physical proof, but
Well, they used footage from I think 4 or 5 different shows, and
Really?
then they did some
Overdubs.
enhancements in the studio with some harmonies that they messed up in those shows.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So it was pretty much live.
way to break it down, Eric.
Yeah, yeah.
And they took
And
direct
they
crowd
added
noise
crowd.
off of Priest
Like,
Unleashed
they
in the
added,
East,
they
right?
added the crowd in the applause.
It was all fake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They added the applause in the crowd and the screaming and the.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
But-
yeah.
In other words, you're
But-
big fucking liars.
In other words, they released a badass fucking.
A local
album.
band here
Yeah.
that did that
Yeah.
once.
You know.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Mighty Jack. We did that.
That's not really
Jeff
Jeff
and
singing?
I. It's us playing, but it's
Yeah.
us playing in his garage, and then there's a
series of.
a doubled up. That's us in the crowd as well. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's.
It's this little red box right here. There you go.
Thank you.
We're Mighty Jack, and we'll be here
Boom.
all week.
Instant success. So
Take out the trash, fucker.
now Destroyer is released in '76. Big album, huge album, which is actually when I became aware of Kiss itself. And from that album, a song reaches number 7 on the Billboard charts.
And what would that song be? Not
Of
bad.
all, that was Beth. Yeah, Beth reached number 7. So and for the time, it was. Where's it going? So for the time, that was huge.
Just bad when you put up that, people fucking would get up and walk out.
No, I don't think so. It solidified Peter Criss as a
Yeah, he inflated his head.
as a basic. Yeah. I mean, he was prior to that. How many did he sing? A lot of tunes.
He had at least one song on every record up to that point.
Right. Okay.
At least
Yeah.
Odd look one.
After that, yeah.
I know we had Hooligans, right?
Yeah.
That was on Love Gun. Was that too?
Oh, that was after. It was after.
Site 2.
Yeah.
What does that mean, Site 2?
trap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and he got a People's Choice Award for it. So, and then
They had those back then?
yeah.
I remember seeing that on TV Guide. Yeah, I think it was on a cover or something.
What's that?
Hey, Jimmy, what's a TV guy?
Yeah.
What's a TV
Yeah,
guy?
back in 77.
Well, that's the thing my mom gets still.
So
in the mail.
I remember having I had the 8-track of Destroyer. I think Alive was my first record because I talked to my mom about buying me a Kiss album, and naturally I wanted this double. This one's thicker, and she's trying to point me in another direction. She's all, "Do you really want that? Like look at those guys or whatever." And I'm like, "Yeah. Everyone's talking about Kiss. I got to get into it." And so naturally I wanted the one that was twice, 2 albums, and then somehow I ended up with the Destroyer 8-track, and Beth was. I remember just constantly just playing Beth, as a kid. So. Who was,
was that the 8-track that came with that optional matchbook that you stuck underneath it so it played at the right speed? Is that the one? Tell me nobody here had a fucking 8-track player. You had to shove something underneath.
You have a cricket
Come on.
effect on it?
Come on!
I had one of those home stereos you had to do that on for my double platinum.
Thank you!
Yeah, okay. No, this...
Find you a beer later. Fuck these cards.
I had one of those, it was one of those we had one of those big TV things that had speakers and a stereo in it. It was all just one big complete thing, and a little green light, so you knew the TV was warming up. But we had an 8-track player, which I didn't have to stick a matchbook in.
Then you had a good one, I guess.
Yeah,
Mine
I guess.
all sucked, and I had...
So, but who was first Kiss album? Everyone.
Mine was The Elder.
My,
Oh, you laugh at that?
Good record.
Okay.
Good record. Don't doubt it.
Yeah.
Mine was Rock and Roll Over. First time I heard Dr. Love, I was just like, and then Ace's solo on there is just so feelful, that just got me going.
yeah, and you got it back then, right?
Totally,
back in the day.
Kid,
Yeah.
it was my brother's.
Your dad let you have that thing?
Well, we had rock and roll in the house.
Sneak it in.
He stole it.
Did anyone here actually pay for their own fucking music?
Not
Did everyone
bad.
just steal?
Not
from
in
everybody
kindergarten.
Not 8 years
Yeah.
old. 7.
I remember
First album, Eric.
getting Tooth Fairy money and having my sisters take me to the record store in the Indio Mall, and I think I got Love Gun.
How much did you get per tooth?
He's pulling them out. He's pulling them out.
And if you're going to get fairy money, then Tooth Fairy money is the way to go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it can be painful.
I believe, Love Gun was my first one, and I believe I got all of them at Jimco in Indio.
Jamco.
Mike, what's Jemco?
Left in there. Or was it FedMart? I forget.
Yeah, I get some.
Yeah.
Martin?
My
Martin
first
says,
one was Kiss Alive.
Yeah.
I love the live, kind of the live part of it. So-
Right, yeah.
And that's
yeah.
when I stuck with and started playing drums with.
Drums.
Before you figured out you couldn't play drums, and start playing guitar.
No, I like the drums, but I decided to go to guitar.
Why'd you
Good
pick the
choice,
drums?
bro.
Why?
Yeah, why?
My dad actually had a band, so I started playing with him when I was 13, like 3 nights a week, and played for a Mexican band. But then I just got tired of that.
Best.
You really quit the drums because you didn't want to wear the cat makeup.
No, I love the cat makeup.
We were gonna dress him as Vinny for the. We were gonna tell him. We were gonna tell him we're all putting on makeup and you gotta be Vinny Vincent. Then like none of us else do it. We're just sitting there in Vinny Vincent.
What the hell is that?
I don't know. You can't get him to shut up.
Somebody
Let's
step on
go
a duck.
somewhere else.
Jeff, first Kiss album.
First Kiss album was Alive.
Yeah.
And kind of the opposite. I wanted to be Ace Frehley. I wanted to play guitar.
Uh-huh.
My mom actually bought me an acoustic guitar. And I realized right off the bat that sucked for even pretending to be Kiss. So I think I Paul Stanley'd that thing. I had a little yellow Disney record player that I play those records on. And yeah, I mean, I would break a guitar, duct tape it back together,
Do it
restart
again.
the performance. Yeah, it was great. I for years I did that. I'd get my little neighbor kids to come over and we'd perform these fake concerts and but
Just like Kiss.
yeah, no,
Not that fake.
no. But I will say though,
Yeah. There was a little more realism in.
yeah, the whole album of Alive, but the musical part, the guitar solo part to She, like, that's why I play music, is that whole guitar solo part. It is like ingrained. I don't know. I couldn't ever play it on guitar, but those guitar notes, that drive of the music and everything like that, is absolutely 100% why I got into music.
So do you think it's fair to blame the fact that you play music on that album?
I absolutely think it's fair.
Is that where it started?
Pink Floyd, The Wall.
And
Yeah, but that's a whole other podcast. But anyway, no.
Or maybe it's not.
That's tomorrow night. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Kiss Alive and She in particular.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah, that
it's
breakdown.
just
I don't think I know that
grinding
song.
up.
Breakdown
Oh, I
part.
love it.
That's
I love
what
it. To this day, I get goosebumps if I hear that part. That's
See the goosebumps.
one of my favorite pieces of music of all time.
Don't bother asking Noe. He doesn't like this. I don't know why the fuck he's here.
No, he
I
had.
was driving down the street and I just saw all these cars pulling up and they gave me the gate code and here I am.
I'm sure Noe had a Kiss album, right?
It was alive as well. It was one of the artwork.
Was it?
Honestly, it was a used album.
Artwork. It was a picture. See, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh, I must have drawn that picture though. 100
Artwork
times.
of the album. Good thing you don't have a mic, dumbass. So,
Yeah, you slammed him and no one even heard it.
yeah,
Yeah, you gotta get your mic.
yeah, that's alive. The first.
Yeah. And this is
Yes.
this is the one. This is what got Jeff. This is why we play today.
Yeah.
This is why there's a Mighty Jack.
Totally, absolutely.
That's
I've
a
never
nice
heard
kind of
this.
song.
I've never heard this song.
Huh?
Are there instruments here? We should jam.
For those,
Yes.
and for those listening in the Netherlands, Mighty Jack is the band that Jeff and I here are in locally here in the desert area. So
Plug.
all our
Shameless plug.
well, I don't think I've ever
Listen to
mentioned
that
that
song.
on the show.
Is the Jack big in the Netherlands?
Mighty.
Mighty big. Oh, and
Yeah.
thank you.
Stop it.
I thought that was a voice in my head.
He'll be here all day.
So, and Jerry, here's the thing. You actually grew up in the Kiss era. You were a teenager when, more or less, when Kiss broke, right?
No.
Yeah.
But
Some would
I-
argue that you were. Did you have a Kiss album at all?
Somewhere argued you were 14 at the time.
You had no Kiss.
And who are these people that would argue this? And can I meet them?
They're all dead now.
Oh, didn't he have to wind his record player like this?
Forget about the blues tonight. I think it's more like
Martha, come in the room. I figured out the telephone.
Yeah.
Martha!
So you, not at all, no interest in Kiss at all. This is
No, that's not true. I remember listening, but I mean, it was like 16 years old. It's like during the CB days when
Right.
I finally figured out about Kiss, and I think it was Destroyer was the one that
yeah.
broke my cherry.
Wide
TMI.
open. Wide
TMI.
open.
Yeah.
No, that's what we're looking for.
Broke my fucking juicy cherry. Can you make TMI? TMI? I'm gonna make one of you guys fucking squirm. My juicy, bloody, screaming cherry. Come on, one of you guys.
Okay, we're squirming. Come on, Mike, squirm so we
Mike's
can move
blushing. It
on.
might be the viewers.
They're scoring for sure.
You're assuming we have viewers. That's
That's gonna be us.
that's hilarious.
We're gonna watch this shit. Let's score when we watch it.
So yeah, Destroyer.
So you did have Destroyer,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so-
I'll give him Destroyer.
Right on, right on. Okay.
Fuckers.
Well, cool. Well, I believe.
I believe that's it.
Yeah. So Destroyer gets released. It's a success. Beth is huge, so that puts Peter Criss on the map, solidifies his spot in the band for a while. Anyway,
For a couple years.
I was gonna say, did I miss a fucking memo? I think he's gone.
For a little while longer. October 19th of '77, Kiss appears on the Paul Lynde Halloween special. Anybody watching that back in the day?
Not live.
Not live.
No,
man.
not live. Jared.
Fuck you! This should come back to me.
You were of age, Jared.
Jeff.
I saw him on Kids Are People too.
Yes. I
Oh
know.
yeah,
Film on
yeah,
that
okay,
live.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
cool.
No Paul Lynde on that, huh? Well, he's wanted to say can't. I was trying to do my Paul Lynde impression.
That was terrible, dude.
No?
That was bad.
Oh,
That was
bad.
bad.
Okay.
Anyway.
And then, in July 2nd of '77, Kiss embarks on their first tour of Canada, which
Boy.
Jeff loves Canada.
Yep.
And Cheap Trick is
And this next song
the supporting act.
is called I Want You to Want Me.
And then
Wait,
Kiss
wait,
does something.
No thanks.
Why would you use that Cheap Trick song when they mention Kiss and Surrender?
Yeah.
Oh!
Mr.
Oh,
Holmberg,
look
I
at
guess
that.
somebody talked up.
That's why you're here, Eric.
Yes.
I knew
Goodbye.
it.
Shit talking.
Wow.
That's right. Joey, come on, man.
You got a fart.
You're
on
right.
there?
Got my Kiss records out, right?
Yep.
That's
Nice pull.
good. Nice pull, Eric.
That was
Let's
good.
go and
Yeah.
reschedule
Nice
this whole
pull, Eric.
podcast next week.
You want to? Yeah. Well, this is only the first. This is the run through. This is the dry run.
This is part
Let
one.
me change
I
that
got your
up.
dry run right fucking here, dude.
But Kiss does something in '78, which Palmer briefly mentioned earlier, that it basically
Took music lessons?
You know, okay. See, that's the big. People miss, like, for some reason. I guess maybe because the songs that we know are Strutter and Deuce, Rock and Roll,
They're
and
simple songs.
really simple tunes.
Come on.
The ones that we know.
Mm-hmm.
But the big misconception is that Kiss aren't really good musicians.
Gene had
but
some great fucking bass lines.
Totally.
Yeah.
I listen to
He's
his
a great bassist.
yeah. I listen to his stuff and great songwriters, like able to reinvent themselves when needed or not needed, or they change up their sound. Now, here's a question, and Jeff and Martin could help. Now, Peter Criss is a drummer.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? I mean,
As a drummer,
we all love Peter Criss. He's a fucking huge rock star. He's a great songwriter, and he's a cool, awesome singer. He's really pretty cool soul singer, and as a drummer,
I would say as a drummer, Eric Singer's probably a way better drummer, but I
Right.
prefer Peter Criss. There was
You
something
like
about
Eric
the
Singer,
way he was, but he wasn't stellar at all.
yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't even count him as an influence, even though Kiss was such an influence on me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think he certainly didn't suck. He didn't hold the band back. He didn't, and his vocal contributions were worth him being around.
For sure. Yeah.
But certainly not like, oh my God, he's like one of my idols or my biggest influences or anything.
But
like
on
that.
those early, like if you see early footage of them playing, he's really laying it down. He's playing really good. Really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I mean, but then as he got later,
There's
know.
being the best and there's being my favorite. And he, well, actually wasn't either. So sorry.
Kiss came out and said, "We'd be a better band, but Peter Criss is holding us back." Come on.
Right.
No,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was more behind
Except
the
for
scenes he
our,
was holding him back.
our
than-
one number 7 Billboard hit that he
Yeah.
gave us.
No,
Yeah.
but no, I mean, he didn't. Certainly, he was a great drummer.
Right.
No, and I
But
gotta say,
one
you
thing-
hold a mic, but
I know you're like scared me.
It's not even touching his face. It's not touching his face. Speaking of, you're mentioning their musicianship. Knowing them, I expected every band to have individual singers.
Right.
After
right.
knowing Kiss,
Yeah.
I expected every band. Okay, is this drummer gonna sing a song? Is this guitar gonna?
Yeah.
But then they did.
Yeah. And they were 4 bona fide rock stars. Like
Yeah,
they were
boner
fide.
Yeah.
Now Ace, we got a few guitar players here. Ace Frehley as a guitar player,
supposedly.
and figure this is the '70s, so pre Eddie Van Halen, like he kind of changed the game. But like, what do you think of Ace?
Probably one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. He was so expressing, like, he's a pentatonic guy. He stayed in the box. But he was really tricky and really nifty. You know what I'm trying to say by that? Where his solos were
No.
kind of, they kind of gave you, something to hum in your head in a way. you
Right,
know?
right.
And they remained in your mind. And when he played those pentatonic scales, he really played them fiercely.
Yeah.
You listen to the solo of Shock Me, and it just blows your mind, especially when he gets down to that lower part and he starts bending up like a whole step, and he's like, and getting higher, whatever. I mean, he's killer. I mean, I prefer Ace over any kind of more technically advanced guy.
Right.
You know?
Pentatonic me.
Pentatonic is,
Don't ask him. He's
Yeah.
gonna. You're gonna get schooled.
but
now.
basically he's a
Yeah,
box
yeah.
player. He stays
Right.
in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's very expressive, and one of my all-time.
He actually wrote the song "I'm Living in a Box," living in a cardboard box. That was Ace.
Yeah.
Was it? No.
I even saw Ace so many times solo too.
Did you?
I follow him after. I saw the Bad Boys tour with Peter and Ace. I saw Just for Fun tour, which was a really great tour. And he busted out, Parasite and tunes like that. And he was still ripping them,
2000 Man. You always did that one,
2000
right?
Man.
Yeah.
I've seen him play.
Torpedo Girl.
Oh, Hard Times.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Hard Times. I love that tune.
too.
Yeah, totally.
Was
But
there a
Ace is the man.
Was there a
period.
restraining order in there anywhere?
I would say yes, and I know I'm just a drummer, but musically speaking, it was Ace and the 4 vocalists that was Kiss for me. Ace's guitar parts are, I think, I don't know anything about pentatonic, but I know he was awesome.
Yeah.
And you can hum his stuff, and And I just saw him like a year ago, and he still kicks ass. I think he's great. I don't know.
A lot of people make fun of his guitar solo in Love Gun because it's just like a machine. It's like a practice run, but that's how it goes with the drums and
Fits everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no bends. It's just the pentatonic, going down the
The
E's.
chromatic.
Yeah.
I keep hearing that word.
I gotta say, my favorite guitar solo of all time is.
Come to Vietnam?
Say it like Paul Stanley would.
It's Detroit.
Yeah.
I gotta say. Okay, I'm just gonna work on this.
I'll tell y'all. I'll tell y'all one of my
Yeah, there you go.
favorite guitar solos of all
I gotta
time.
say guitar.
Wait, we need this. Yeah! I gotta say, there's one solo that really brings me up. It's Detroit Rock City. The
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
It's in your head.
Yeah, totally. And that's
And in fact, in middle school, I didn't know who Jimmy Palmer was, but I knew he could play the solo,
The solo to
Detroit
Detroit
Rock City,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he was like, "Oh my God, this guy can play
That's
the
a guy.
fucking
Hey.
solo." It was crazy. That was,
it's
that's
still the
how I
only
got to
solo
know
he
you.
knows, but
Not to burst everyone's bubble,
uh,
but Bob Ezrin wrote that solo. And Kiss,
shit.
Kiss hated it.
Oh, really?
Paul
Yeah.
Stanley says that they thought it sounded like mariachi music.
And Paul played bass.
Where's your mariachi fucking?
I know that mariachi
And
music.
Paul
Can
Stanley
be-
played the bass on Detroit Rock City too. Another fun
What's that?
fact. Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Yeah, Paul Stanley played bass on Detroit Rock City.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
We're
bass
gonna
line,
decide
yeah.
what the fun facts are.
That's when
right?
things really started to like drug abuse and the alcohol started to get into Ace
Alcohol.
a lot.
It's alcohol.
Alcohol.
That's when
Alcohol.
the alcohol.
But yeah, you can start to see things because you start learning like, oh, they put Bob Kulick in there for this solo, or
Right.
you
Yeah.
know, those kind of things. You know, it's kind of trippy.
Okay, I got a question real quick. Do you see lines going up and down on those bars down there? I can't see the
yeah, they're
computer.
going up now.
Okay, then we haven't been doing this for no reason. Good. Okay, keep going. Thank you.
Cool, we got all this shit on tape.
On 8-track.
That was a hell of a run for you guys. Let's do this thing.
All right. Well, Kiss in '78 they released the solo albums. Was what I was getting to.
Yes.
Gene Simmons, Ace, Paul Stanley, Peter Criss released simultaneously.
What was that word?
Simultaneous loving,
Simultaneous
baby. And shipping 1 million copies of each. And Gene's, now, I don't know who had what. I had Gene's album.
I would say no,
You were the
another
one.
vote for Ace. Ace's album
Ace,
was
yeah.
The
by
best.
far.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Come on, rip it
So
out.
Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
at you from 1978, a little New York groove with Ace Frehley doing it to you right here on Hot Hits 95.
Totally.
Yeah.
And you can't forget about Rip It Out, Snowblind, Ozone. Totally.
Yeah.
Beat Back to My Baby.
Yeah. All of them fucking classic. So yeah, Ace definitely, I think he had the most sales.
Mm-hmm.
And that was exactly September 18th, 1978.
Said his
I
phone.
just
Oh,
googled it.
People hate to fucking do it all, dude. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, you're right. Never mind.
If you'd
Need a
been to the
fart
live
sound.
show last week, we'd have gave you a prize for that.
Yeah,
This
you
week,
would.
fuck you, you get nothing.
Come to Comic-Con Palm Springs, you might win a
You'll
TV.
get prizes for that. It's live show.
But yeah, they were all released September 18th. That's what I got as well. Now, Gene's included Cher, Donna Summer, Bob Seger, Rick Nielsen, Joe Perry, and Helen Reddy.
That's true.
So that's why I got Gene's. I think I was a big fan of Gene back then as a kid, so I asked my mom for Gene's. And I got a pretty good album. That was a pretty good album. Radioactive.
Helen Reddy. Really?
Totally.
Helen Reddy was on Gene.
And When You Wish Upon a Star.
Oh yeah. Cover.
A cover of Geppetto's classic.
Right.
You wish you could have
But anyone else have a solo album or a favorite? Here we go.
I actually got the Peter Criss one, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
It was
That
good.
one,
It was good.
it was good, but for a Kiss fan, it was hard to get into at the time. Now I'm 45.
Yep.
No,
I can
'cause
throw
it's
it on,
Motown.
and
Yeah.
you know
Yeah, you do one
that's
more.
the
You
sugar
put it
that
down
Papa
to the
likes.
show.
Yeah, I'll throw that on.
At the time, I got all of them except Paul's. Because Paul was my least favorite at the time.
Uh huh.
But getting it later in life, his is really good.
His is awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
No,
Actually,
it's not
probably my favorite now today. It's got the "Wouldn't You Like to Know Me," which if I was going to cover a Kiss song, that one might
That's
be the
great.
greatest. That one's awesome. So
Why don't you cover a Kiss song?
we
We're gonna
probably
start a
will.
Kiss band
We should.
After tonight,
Fucking Johnny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a couple ideas. 100,000 years would be cool.
Yeah.
Let's do that one.
Almost human.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be a great tune.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, sir. All right, we'll do it. Cracking some brews. Cracking some brews.
The Desert does not have an official Kiss cover band.
It does
Dude.
not. It does not. And
We're looking
Drummer.
at
Does now.
I think
Drummer,
we
bassist,
need to do that.
guitarist, singer.
I think one of the best ideas I think was, I don't know if anyone's ever seen the Kiss Fits.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the name says it all.
Yeah.
Tribute to Kiss and the Misfits.
Wow.
What-
Oh, is that what it is?
Just
I thought it
throw,
was
sprinkle a
midgets.
little Ramones in there, and it's the ultimate band.
Right,
yeah.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We just take it one step further. Let's
Take
take
it.
it to that next level. I'm throwing some Ramones.
Yep.
I think it's a great idea. I don't think they play anymore, but they were based out of San Diego,
Wow.
and their faces were painted like Kiss, but then they had devil locks like the Misfits, and they just wore straight black tight leotard type outfits, and I think they just Kiss and Misfit songs.
Awesome.
Nice.
So,
Awesome.
and Jerry loves the Misfits. I know that, man. He's fucking hardcore.
I think they did have the mini
Like,
Kiss.
look at him. He's
too.
speaking Every time I mention
just
him,
say
it's
that
just
Mini
like
Kiss.
I don't know
Mini
what this.
Kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Mini Kiss.
Yeah.
Who's seen Mini Kiss? Have you seen Mini Kiss?
I have Fantasy.
Fantasy. I heard that came out. Though.
I knew
Were
it.
they good?
They were okay.
Is that a real thing?
Mini Kiss. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
They're
nice.
what's
Weren't
the-
they only lip syncing though?
Yeah, oh yeah, the other thing. With cardboard, wasn't it cardboard
Uh-huh.
instruments?
Shit.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
robbed.
From-
I feel raped. I feel just raped and freezing.
They're as real as a live record.
Was it the last one?
Yeah.
Freezing.
Freezing?
Freezing.
I got something to say.
Raped and freezing.
When White Guy first started, like Detroit Rock City, a lot of Kiss
Shameless
songs we
plug.
played. We did a lot of different Kiss songs together. And that was kind of like one of the things that I learned from these guys, that they were obviously Kiss fanatics, and trying to sing those songs was pretty difficult.
Yeah.
But having these fools right here.
Actually, Gene Simmons is on the phone about you playing those songs.
Oh, sure.
No way.
And that was
Yeah.
2005.
Yeah.
So once we started doing those Kiss songs, you went and got Alive, your first Kiss record. Right?
Yeah, that was that
2005.
time. Yeah.
Did you just Google that?
Do we have that? Do we have that cricket? Fucking.
I got
Eat shit.
Wait, so you got Alive in 2005?
I'm alive now, motherfucker.
No, I mean
No.
No, you.
When it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it when it came out, but then you rebought it in 2000.
No, he's just messing with you.
Okay.
Are you
He
messing
does
with
the
So
that?
how
didn't they have
old
an
were you
Alive
when
3
you
or
got
something
it?
like that? I was in 1980, late 70s.
No,
It was used, man. I was poor, right?
Was Star Wars out yet?
We don't want to hear that story. That was it. All right. The solo albums, and then this was a big one. This is a big moment in history. October 28th, 1978. What was it?
Dynasty.
The
Oh my
NBC
God.
movie of the week was Kiss
Oh,
meets the
oh,
Phantom of the Park.
And I will never forgive you for making me watch that, you cocksucker.
Let's start over.
I thought we were friends.
I have something to say about that one. We went to the Aladdin Theater in Indio to see Grease, and we rushed home to go see
To see
the
Kiss
movie
meets the Phantom.
on Channel 4.
There's a man that remembers the
Wow.
Aladdin Theater. Some bitch.
Does
right
anybody
there.
remember the Aladdin Theater? We used to get shit faced every night, man.
A few groupies, huh?
Hey, Curly.
Yeah, that was Ace's only line, I think, from the film. And then, my Paul Stanley. You're here to see somebody, but it's not Kiss. Something like that. I think I did it better earlier, but you get the idea. Well, I remember watching it. I think I watched it at my grandparents' house. I told them there's a movie on I gotta watch. It's got Kiss in it and stuff like that. And I think they suffered through it, but they watched it with me.
They had butterscotch. They were good.
They were.
He gets it. You guys all suck dick. He gets it, and you guys all. Okay. Butterscotch.
But-
Old people. Doilies. Come on.
But
Wait,
I
wait,
watched
wait.
it. I watched
Thank
it yet again with Martin Barrera yesterday. Right?
Which name, Martin?
My second time watching Kiss Meets the
Yeah, it's
Phantom.
been since they came out. That's the last time I seen it.
You didn't watch it on the ride here?
Was it as
I'd like to see it now.
spectacular as you remember?
It was kind of It was there. I think Gene had that octave was like,
Right, yeah.
It's like you
Yeah.
couldn't even understand him. The kid spin on the guy from Batman or something.
Your property of the Kiss Army. I need your union dues. You owe me 50 cents. Oh, it's. I can watching it today. I can appreciate the
Careful.
just the
Nostalgia.
yeah,
Nostalgia,
yeah.
yeah.
It's as a kid, I was glued to the set, and I was like, "Oh my God, look at these cat guys, these mechanical cat guys in
Yeah.
silver suits. This
Yeah.
is awesome." Now I watch it, and it's like this, it's 70s. It's got that cheese factor.
When they fought their doubles,
They're
right?
doubles. Who looked exactly like them when you
Wait,
got a close up
Was
of
it
them?
the Paul double or the Ace double that was actually a black dude?
Yeah, Ace. I think it was
No,
Ace.
no, I think Ace was a Chinese guy. He looked Asian.
I think it was a black
Mhm.
dude.
I think it was a
Black-
combo.
Black
of both.
Asian?
It was- yeah.
Blasian.
Well, it seemed to switch. It seemed like they had a couple different body doubles for each. But
Yeah.
from reading Peter Criss's book, it seemed, from what I heard,
You're the one.
yeah. Ace was. I guess Ace had some issues back then and wasn't there for the filming. So a lot of times you see two doubles fighting each other. So I think there were two for Ace because sometimes he didn't make the set, sometimes
Totally.
he did. And you'll see one scene 1 second that was filmed one day and one a second later but was filmed the next day.
So you're saying one guy wasn't enough for Ace?
No,
He needed
Yeah.
two.
he needed two.
That's
he
Paul.
He needed a
Paul,
Chinese
that's
and
Paul.
he needed a black guy.
That's Paul.
So,
Moving on.
and we'll talk more in depth about Kiss Meets the Phantom on our Kiss Meets the Phantom commentary
No, we won't.
episode.
That'll never fucking happen.
As soon as this is over, right? We're doing
So,
it.
yeah.
No, we're not.
In a half hour. But 1979,
God.
huge. May 23rd, 1979, Kiss released Dynasty, which contains the worldwide smash, I Was Made for Loving You. Yeah! Thank you, Paul. And it combined the elements of Kiss sound with disco. And of course, everybody! Now just Martin.
I think it's not like I know he does. He can contact the Dolphins.
Right.
I'm gonna give
You
it all
guys have
to
subtitles on this podcast?
Took the words right out of my mouth, Martin. That was exactly what I was gonna say.
I was gonna mumble that shit too, but whatever.
No, I was about eight years old, roughly, give or take.
Really?
8? Yeah, when I got this album for Christmas, and I was kind of over Kiss as a kid. I was just sort of okay. I did it, it seemed like for a long time, over the course of 4 years, I kind of had it. I had my fill, and I think I was looking towards disco. I think I was kind of into that.
What?
You
Huh?
wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm
What's
sorry.
wrong with you?
It's my coming out party.
I guess.
So, but somebody bought me this for Christmas, 1979, and I'm like, oh, Kiss, okay, yeah. I'm like, which my family would continue to do for years and years to come. But
And the crowd goes wild.
then I went and threw it on, and turns out one of my favorite songs, Dirty Livin' was on there, so I was like, okay, I can get into this song. Probably my second favorite Kiss tune, Dirty Livin'.
Really?
Yeah. Written and sung by Peter Criss, and the only song that he played drums on the whole album. So
Yep.
I don't know if
Anton
anybody knew. I don't know if
Fig,
that's devastation.
Anton Fig.
Anton Fig.
Anton Fig.
I said it first.
Sorry.
I didn't have a mic.
We gotta.
You know you don't get anything,
You can
right?
split the
I know.
TV.
Yeah. Speaking of Dynasty,
Yes. No, we're moving on. I'm talking about.
I saw the record in the store, and I was like, oh wow, new Kiss record. Yeah. How am I gonna ask my parents to buy me a record called Dynasty?
That's what I called it too. As a kid, I had
Dynasty.
the same record player like you. I had a little record player that had its own speaker.
Yeah.
And and then I also had a cassette tape recorder. And I was
Look at Jimmy.
Almost losing it.
And I would put the record on, and I was
It's a
doing.
Mexican thing.
It was my early. It was probably my first, venture into podcasting. I would record a tape, and I'd be all right, everybody. You want to hear some Kiss? Here's Kiss Dynasty or whatever. And I was hoping to find that tape to play it here tonight. Lucky for you, I didn't find it. But yeah, Dynasty. Until the TV show came on, that was Kiss Dynasty. Until I realized it was Dynasty.
Yeah.
Years later, but.
That was a great story,
Great
man. I was
character.
glued. You know what, Pollard, because you got a totally cool shirt. You got to stand up and make sure you're in camera to show that shirt.
You got it.
Now.
Right now?
I didn't mean fucking later. I mean
Cut to
now.
it now.
Look at that shirt.
Turn around.
That's the only
It's the
shirt.
same
that,
thing.
It's the same thing as
that was the only thing
You
that
got Jip, Palmer.
survived
You got
the
Jip.
eBay sellout of Always Kiss stuff. That
Yeah.
survived right there.
Right. And it looks like the Dynasty cover, but it's actually the
Actual
solo
solo
album.
record,
Solo
yeah.
records, yeah.
And I gotta say, if you see the Gene, I had the big posters. I had each individual poster of like each solo face, and what was really cool about Kiss is that you got the posters and the records and
Right.
the garb and all
Yeah.
that fun stuff. But I had the ones that were like really giant. And I'll never forget putting my Gene poster in a certain position.
Easy, careful.
And the moonlight was and the moonlight was shining right on his face. And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I kind of opened one eye. I was in bed. I was looking. I saw Gene's face with the moon shining on it. I was like, holy shit! The blood written down. It was trippy.
Did you give him a nice Pasadena mudslide?
I don't know what that
Good.
Is that like
yeah.
a hot Carl?
is. So it's on Carl.
Along those lines, yeah. Jeff told me about it back in the
You know,
day.
Gene is dangerously close to your nip right there. I'm just-
Oh
just
yeah.
saying.
That's why it's bloody.
Do you remember when the solo albums came out? You got a bag that the record, they put the record in. It was
Bark
a
bag. In
plastic
case you didn't like,
Yeah.
oh, Peter Chris is album.
And the solo albums, all the posters connected.
Then you'd be
Yeah,
like, thank you, Kiss.
And then they did the reissue of the CDs. When they did the reissue of the CDs, those little posters came,
Yeah, I had those.
Like little mini posters.
Yeah.
They were.
Now you get digital posters. They're just in the cloud. You just reach out and visualize it. Yeah. So, anyone else? Dynasty? Anybody got any favorites?
Charisma.
Charisma. Who said that?
Oh,
Who said
that's
that?
a great tune.
Yeah.
Great
2000, man.
Maybe 2000. Well, this one
Hard
Ace sang.
times.
Yeah.
Ace sang 2000, man.
Is this how many guys we had on tour?
That was Paul's number.
Actually,
Right, yeah.
Gene had the 2,000 women. Paul had the 2,000 men.
and just so you know, this song is a Rolling Stones song.
It is. Rolling Stones
And
cover.
it was on Satanic's Majesty.
Yeah. Yes, that's correct. And what year did that come out, Eric?
Come on, Google it.
Give me 10 seconds.
67. I think it's 67.
I gotta say, what I loved about 2000 Man and Ace's voice, he just, he had that 70s kind of teenager, like almost like the Bay City Rollers or Sweet, He had that kind of fucking young voice, and he's still to this day when he sings.
He still sings like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what the best, for those of you who know, the best
Burger in town.
Fu Manchu.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
They compare his vocals to Ace Frehley.
Really?
Oh, really?
Think
Yeah.
about it. It's
I gotta
they're
check
really
that
spot
out.
on. They're really
I'd
spot
say
on.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You never see them in the same room at the same time.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And do we really know that the guy we know as Ace, that was his face under the makeup? Maybe it's the Fu Manchu guy. Who knows? Right?
Although the Ace that I just saw doesn't look a flippin' thing like.
He looks
Really,
like
He doesn't
Kenny
look like the
Powers
same guy.
from
anymore.
He's
Yeah.
Coming Down.
So it's very possible there's something screwed in there.
Hand me that mic. Hand me that mic. Would you just fucking say something?
Yeah, I agree with Mike.
God. Yeah. Why did we...
Hey, let's talk because I seen him live. We went to see him at the Saboba Casino. Was it Saboba?
Oh, and it's a
When-
three-piece.
It was the
Oh, it
first
was
time
three-piece.
that Paul didn't perform. He had some kind of heart issue going on.
Murmur.
A murmur. And that was pretty badass to see that whole thing unfold and see,
Yeah.
They played. It's a three-piece. and they were kind of like calling songs out, like, "What do you want to hear?" And trying to.
I remember that was Eric took.
Yeah.
You took Nick.
Let's Dance by David Bowie.
Remember that?
China Girl.
Well, on that episode, we didn't know what was going on.
It was a concert, not episode.
Right. It was.
The next episode.
Fucking slammed you, dude.
That concert, we didn't know what was going on, but they were doing an episode of the Gene Simmons Family Jewels.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
And so
that's
the
right.
family's running around, and Mike says, "Sit the fuck down so they can show the concert."
No, he called
Yeah.
Nick asshole. Remember? Sit down, asshole. And he turns around. What?
It was Nick Simmons.
Yeah, Nick Simmons.
I gotta say, Sophie, not a bad looking girl.
Yeah.
She's still 16, bro.
It's beautiful.
You know, she will
she's
be
not.
a pretty good looking girl when she.
Her birthday is August 6th, 1993.
Bam.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, Gene and Shannon have raised those kids to be amazing human beings. They're like entrepreneurs too. And
Mike didn't call him
smart, good
asshole. He
people,
said
I
like,
hear.
"Hey, dude,
Yeah.
sit down, please."
Yeah, I hear they're good.
I said,
cool
please.
people, you know?
Yeah. So she'd be a good sugar mama too if he involved with Sophie.
Hey, Palmer, I think you need some distance, dude. I think you're losing perspective.
Charlie, I think you overlooked Kiss Life 2.
It
Real quick,
happened.
yeah. Oh, real quick. The only thing I wanted to say was earlier I mentioned that Paul was my least favorite at the time,
Yeah.
and I got Kiss Life 2, and you know it came with the tattoos.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And so my mom made me share with Eric, so I gave him the Paul Stanley ones.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
And Chucky, you forgot to mention.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Kiss Alive 2 changed your, and Paul became your favorite. You changed your mind and.
No.
You're all no. I gave Eric the
You
tattoos,
got the Paul Stanley.
and he got beat up at school, and I had Gene. I was popular.
I thought you were gonna say Kiss Alive 2's changed my sexuality.
Hey, Chucky.
So you were gay up until you were 15, and then you became straight after listening to Kiss Alive 2.
It could happen.
Or
I'm curious.
Sure. So yeah, I guess I did skip. Yeah, Alive 2 happened, and it was all right, man. It was a gasp.
You can't forget
Double
about
platinum,
Rocket
too.
Ride, All American Man.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, those are amazing.
I think
tunes on it.
we can. and I
Are
think
we
he
still
did.
talking about Kiss here?
No, that album. That studio side's incredible.
Right. Yeah. Well, anything else I missed up to '79? Because that's why you're all here. You're
Double platinum.
double platinum
Yeah.
tape.
Double platinum.
Double platinum.
Which they re-recorded Strutter,
Yeah,
right?
Strutter
Strutter
78.
right? Yep. And they made it more disco-y,
Yep.
supposedly. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing?
Well, that era.
For the and then May 20th, 1980. Oh, Kiss took a big hit. It took a big hit here. Besides the disco thing, drummer Peter Criss leaves Kiss. Now, after, of course, not playing on Dynasty, other than on Dirty Livin', Anton Fig, like as you said,
And
played.
Unmasked too. He played on Unmasked. too.
Right, yeah. Kiss, yeah, he left, and Unmasked was released.
That was great.
Shandy.
Easy, 103.
Say what?
There we go.
This
Now, I will say this.
looks like adult contemporary. What is this shit?
It had that. Yeah. It had that feel, but I'd say Unmasked is probably my favorite album. Cause I'm a pop
Yeah,
rock.
record scratch on that.
One of my favorites.
What?
I feel like I need to push a button whether to go up or down the elevator. I don't know. What the fuck was that?
Chris appears illustrated on the cover, of course,
And in the Shandy video. He's in the
and
Shandy
he's in the Shandy video.
Mhm.
But and once again, Anton Fig, who
He's
played
just getting paid.
at this point
Right,
played
in the video.
on more albums than Mark St. John and Vinnie Vincent combined, or what? But and he was in the Shandy video. He was already out of the band, but I think what happened, they wanted to just. I don't know. What do you think happened? They wanted to keep the
Yeah, they're trying to keep the.
Well, I know that Ace and Peter were really into their addictions, I hear.
Yes,
And,
yeah.
so that's where Anton, and also the guitar parts too. You know, you got to remember Bob Kulick played a lot of
He
Unmasked.
played a lot of the guitar. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is Bruce's brother, in case anyone doesn't
Tell me
know,
about
you know.
the story.
I didn't know.
I didn't think they were related at all.
Thank you,
I
Paul.
thought it was a
You
coincidence.
guys want a Bob Kulick story?
Yes,
First off, who's that?
Bob Kulick.
Hey, I don't fucking know, man. I'm the only person in this room that doesn't know this shit. Well,
He's a session guitar player.
Right.
Thank
He
you.
filled in for Ace while Ace was off doing his drugs.
All right.
Yeah.
Now
But
at
it was,
least I know
it
who
was
that
actually
is.
between him and Ace in the beginning.
Did you go back that far?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
right.
auditioned when Ace auditioned.
Okay.
And it was, between them two.
Okay, and then his younger brother Bruce
Yeah.
became the guitar player for Kiss after Mark St. John.
You tell us
Yeah,
from
yeah.
1984.
But today he's known as Caitlin Coolidge. Bruce is now.
And he is an American hero. Jeez.
So Mike and I are at the Troubadour. What year was it?
98.
Two?
Not late.
6?
Are you going to talk about the Revenge Cut tour?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're going to see Zach Wilde, and Bob Kulick is there. We see him at the bar. We buy him drinks. He buys us drinks. We're talking, and I ask him what? What did I say?
Say, come on, tell us the truth. Gene and Paul are assholes, right? Yeah, they're
Just a couple drinks and he comes clean.
Yeah.
But I would say Unmasked is probably my, because I love pop rock. I'm like a pop, and that one it's a catchy fucking album.
Yeah.
It's got Torpedo. It's got a funk song, Torpedo
Yeah,
Girl,
Torpedo
which
Girl,
Ace
great
sings.
one.
I love it.
Peter's not playing that drum.
Yeah. This is all Anton Fig. I think Peter, he still owned his stake in Kiss
Right.
at the time, and I think
He owned it till 1983.
did he? Yeah,
He was getting paid until 1983.
to be a member of
Wow.
Kiss and was still
Thank you,
And then Gene was like,
Yeah.
"All right, Peter, you're no longer part of the Kiss Army. We're gonna have to buy you out." He's like, "Yeah."
I saw the movie.
Yeah.
And that's when all those stars used to come
Right,
out.
right.
Oh, found Peter Chris under a bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
you-
those,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
Roseanne
watched
Barr?
an interview with
What's
Peter.
that?
Roseanne Barr.
Yeah, Roseanne Barr.
Oh yeah, that's right. Later on, Peter, a Peter Chris impersonator,
Yeah.
because nobody really knew what he looked like.
Who would do that?
Yeah.
Hey, that smart homeless dude.
Yeah, the star paid a guy who looked like what could be Peter Chris without the makeup to say he was Peter Chris and that he was
Oh.
homeless and living under a bridge in Santa Monica. And so what happened? Tom Arnold and Roseanne Barr went on a search. They were like, "Oh my God, Peter Chris, we got to go help him." And they went out searching around Santa Monica, and it was turned out Peter Chris was living in Connecticut, with his wife, the Playboy Playmate.
And now Roseanne Barr and Tom Arnold are under a bridge.
Yeah, that's
funny how that
well,
shit
that's
works.
where it started. That's where the fallout started from the marriage. But I remember the first time I saw Eric. The first time I found out, it was on People magazine. You saw the picture of
That's right.
Eric
Fox.
Carr, Eric Carr, the Fox, with
But like you went,
What does the
kids
fox
are people
say?
too. That's
the Fox says,
Oh yeah.
"Man."
Now
I
that
remember
tour,
coming out.
when that People magazine came out, that was during the Unmasked tour, and that was an Australian tour.
Right,
only.
yeah.
And if you get Kiss, the Inner Sanctum, I believe, or it's Kiss Exposed, one of those two, I'm not sure, but there's a full, cool, like 5 or 6 songs from that tour when he first joined.
Yeah.
And if you notice, his makeup also evolved. Like he had the more
Hawk.
orange.
He was a
or-
hawk.
Yeah.
He was-
that's right too. He was a hawk.
He was
too.
going to be
That's
the
right.
Hawk, and they
Yeah.
decided that wasn't.
It's
that
too close
wasn't-
to cock.
Eric Carr, the cock. Yeah.
So was that a problem?
So, and it was an Australian tour,
Mhm.
so they, instead of playing drums, he played the didgeridoo for that first.
Spell that shit, Charlie. Spell it.
How'd that go?
Wah, 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 wah. Da-da. All right, mate, you want the best? You got the best? And it's not a knife, this is a knife. Let's have some Vegemite and cut up a koala bear, huh?
You're overselling it, dude. Real damn.
I haven't mentioned kangaroos yet.
The wallabies.
Okay, there you go, thank you.
That was it on me.
So, Eric Carr joins, and then poor Eric Carr, I gotta say, because from that point on, they go to make an album with Eric Carr, and they hire Bob Ezrin, big time producer. He did he just coming off of The Wall, which was a concept album. He did prior to that. He did Alice Cooper's Welcome to My Nightmare, which was fucking amazing.
Fucking amazing.
It wasn't that good, but it was.
And he did Destroyer and wrote the solo to Detroit City.
Which
we
was a big
We established
disappointment.
that.
Which I don't want to know about. I want to believe Ace wrote that.
Take that man's phone away.
Yeah, I
he
know.
played it. That's all.
So he convinces Kiss they should do a concept album, and
Don't play it. Don't play it. Oh, you
Yes,
played it.
this is a good song.
It's a great
Come
tune.
on.
come on, everybody, let's get up and rock and roll.
Come on!
Oh, lots of pages.
The result being
Jeez.
Music from the Elder,
Yes.
which fire is hot, or something. I think that's what he said.
Wow.
Fire is hot.
That album is amazing, man. I is another great tune.
I.
A World Without Heroes.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good.
I mean,
Under
there's,
the
I think
Rose.
there's Under the yeah. That's I really think it was really not promoted properly.
We're gonna have a battle
Yeah,
royale.
that
here.
was the fucking problem.
Yeah.
Or
It
written or
wasn't promoted
recorded.
properly.
Yeah. Or re-record. Yeah, the songs were good, man.
Jesus. No, I don't know. I bought it. I didn't buy it. It was another one that my relatives bought me. Like, cause like Charlie loves Kiss. Keep giving him.
Did your family like
Eat it
you,
up
or
with-
Yeah.
Well, because I mean, I was a huge Kiss. They gave me. I got the Ace Frehley 8-track, Alive 2. I got everything. Anything. Once my uncle was done with it, he poured it on me. So Music from the Elder came
talking
out.
about?
What are we talking about?
And he also gave me some Kiss stuff afterwards.
I guess you could say unloaded on it.
My
What are your family reunions like, dude? What the hell?
And Chucky, did they give you Asylum also?
Oh, hey now.
Stop it.
So I got that too. And at the time, it's hard to gauge because I was like 11 years old or roughly 10 years old or something like it. It was fucking the coolest thing I ever heard when I threw that on. And to this day, I can still dig it. It doesn't seem like it held up, like really, but it was the most. I mean, critically panned. The fans seemed to hate it at the time. Now they're calling for the songs. They want to hear them now and stuff.
He
but,
made me,
but yeah.
and I do mean forcibly made me listen to Elder.
This one we're
Music
I
from
can
the Elder if you want to get
I can
specific.
only, and I don't. I can only get it on YouTube. So I
Come to my house, I have it
I
for
put this shit on, and I'm playing Fallout 4, and I said, okay, fine, I'll listen to this shit. And one song after another was just like, oh god, and oh god, and oh fucking god. And it was like Spinal Tap was trying to play Pink Floyd while playing Operation Mindcrime or something. It was bad.
So you
But
loved
then-
it just as much.
So I loved it, and then I bought it. The next day, I bought 3 copies. And
I
sent
wrote
all
the
my
movie.
friends.
Now there's a
Yeah.
movie to go with it.
But then,
And I-
about, I don't know, 12 songs in, it started getting better. And I'm like, oh, that's a good song. And oh, that's a really good song. And then I turned around to see what was
You know
playing.
why that was?
It changed over to Creatures of the Night.
Oh yeah. It's a great record.
So apparently Creatures of the Night is a good album. I like that album.
Right, yeah. Well, Creatures was kind of a return to form, basically, because they had done the solo albums, they had done Dynasty, they had done Unmasked.
We're back to rock.
They kind of went back to the Kiss sound. But Jeff? What did you think of Elder?
Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Yeah, no, I guess I was not a fan. I still don't own it. Hearing you talk about it is the first time I've thought about it in a long time. So perhaps now that we got iTunes, maybe I'll take a listen.
Right, yeah.
Maybe my older self will appreciate it, but I did not appreciate
Yeah,
it.
if you listen to it as a
I can't think of-
standalone album,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is Kiss in this chronological order.
Yeah.
But just listen to it as a standalone album. It's really good record.
Yeah. I mean, I love
It's
every other Kiss makeup album anyway.
Yeah,
Right.
you
But
know
I
what? If
know
you're gonna listen
real-
to The Elder, don't look at the artwork on it, because it's fucking stupid. A hand, you know. When I got it, I'm like, are they fucking kidding me with this? Where's the good stuff?
Where's the tits? There's a tits and ass. There's a hand.
It smelled the glove.
Yeah.
Hey, Martin, what do you think of it?
I didn't get it, so I don't have any idea.
We've been listening to it though. You were
Just
just
today, right on the way back
right,
here.
Yeah.
There's too much wetness in the reverb.
I'm not even a musician. I think it's
That's what I told you.
And no, what do you think of it?
I
I gotta get the bike.
He's starting.
I like the artwork on the album.
You like
It's a
the
hand.
You like the hand.
You like-
I give it a high five all the time. It's very thought provoking.
Right. Yeah.
It's minimalist.
Yes.
And then, of course, Creatures of the Night returned to form, and Eric Carr appeared on the cover of Creatures of the Night. Ace Frehley did
With
not.
eyes aglow.
Yeah, and I believe that's the one that Ace Frehley did not actually play guitar on. Right, Creatures, and that's when Vinnie Vincent sort of came into the mix. Although he didn't play the entire album, I believe it was
Eric?
Robin Ford, maybe
Or
Steve Ferris, maybe.
Come on, let's move on. Where's that?
Yeah, Vinnie Vincent, Robin Ford, and Steve Ferris all shared the lead guitar duties on Creatures of the
But
Night.
Vinnie Vincent wrote the majority of the
He did.
songs,
Right, yeah.
Which
And-
his name is Vincent Cusano.
Right. Vincent
Oh.
the Cusano, hey!
Hey, good time, boy. And not only that, I gotta say, War Machine on that record.
Right,
That's
yeah.
a bad song.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that
yeah.
song.
Play that song.
Better watch out!
Am I wrong with that
Because I'm the
song?
War Machine!
That Stone Temple Pilots song is a ripoff of War Machine.
Sex type thing.
That was my first and like the first time I heard Stone Temple Pilots. I heard that and I said, "That's War Machine. This band sucks."
This
Is that the song we
And
did
now
last
he's
week?
yeah.
Yeah.
Saint and Sinner is a great song.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
yeah.
That's
Deuce
my
is
favorite
bad.
on that record. Definitely.
So Vinny, I think took over the tour. Ace appeared in the "I Love It Loud" video,
Right.
if I remember right, and then
With the short hair.
right, yeah, and then the hair creeped up. This is
He
where-
went to the dog thing, you know, and got a little
yeah, yeah,
grooming,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. Because this is around the time I think Paul started wearing the purple headband. And,
Yeah, dude.
and the outfits got smaller. They weren't wearing the big, gaudy, the bulky outfits. They kind of just condensed that whole thing. But yeah, Vinny went out on the road as the Ankh Warrior. So basically, they introduced Vinnie Vincent, and he didn't last long. I don't think.
2 records.
Couple albums, right?
That one.
Yeah.
Look it up.
I think he had an issue with I guess he was just uncontrollable. Like basically, he was
He's
the
a
Nick
big party.
Oliveri of. Yes,
Vinnie Vincent's
Yeah,
uncontrollable.
yeah.
like he would
Guitarist.
rip some solos. Like he would want to just solo longer than. And I mean, I would if you're in Kiss and you're just getting introduced into Kiss, you may want to just follow the rules
Play
for
by
a
the
while.
rules.
But-
Well, you also got to realize that time frame. That's when Ingve was coming out and all the shreds.
Right. Everything. The game had changed. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
so
true.
playing has changed, and then whammy bar tricks, all that. They wanted that kind of thing. Also, too, another fun fact: he also wrote the song "Unholy,"
Which was later.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they had a falling out with him, and but before that falling out, something amazing happened. Something MTV came along, and
You'll never forget that day.
yeah,
Me
on
neither.
September 18th, but this time 1983,
I think you and I were in that Kaufman.
Did
Yeah.
you have to makeup?
Kiss shocked
Maybe.
the world. Yeah,
Since
by
when was it
appearing
on? Before that.
83, I think. Yeah.
without makeup
No, I
for
think
the
it was,
first
I
time.
think it was in elementary school. I think I was in 4th grade.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Was it 4th grade?
I
Are you
believe I
sure?
was in 4th.
No.
We're
Well,
gonna-
right.
Depending on your age, though, but yeah.
So you knew Palmer way before me. You knew him before high school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because
No
I
problem.
remember when Palmer hit Palm Desert High School in a big bad way. He showed up. I mean, everybody knew Palmer.
Big bad way.
Yeah,
Fro.
big with the fro. Yeah.
I was pre-slash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd turn the corner and then the fro would come a little bit later. Hey, what's happening? Wow!
Yeah.
He's all, hold, stand here for a second. My fro's coming. Boom! All right, what do you want to talk about? Kiss?
That's why you guys call me Palm Tree.
Yeah, the palm tree. You had to climb up and scale it down a little. No, he was.
Yeah,
But,
agreed.
but I knew Palmer came to school and everybody knew him as Palmer instead of Jim, and everybody knew that he was a Kiss fan. Like that was his thing. And I traded you. I had a nice Kiss Meets the Phantom magazine that I got in the 70s.
I had that.
Did you have
Yeah,
that too?
same
Yeah.
magazine, dude.
Full
Yeah.
color, like
It was
you know,
badass.
something like 50 pages.
You know, I don't want to age, but I got kids now. You buy them something, and 5 minutes later, it's just not even on their radar anymore.
Right. Yeah.
That magazine lasted me for. I mean, I loved that magazine. I don't know. Kiss Meets the Phantom, the part. That was, and I had. now I have the VHS of the movie and I haven't watched it in 20 years. But I wish I still had that magazine just to have it. But
I wish I had mine.
Anyway,
I wish I still had it.
yeah, no, it was.
Wow, packing the fucking salami.
Blue jean spikes. Wow.
I'm just saying, yes.
That boy's kosher.
I got mine.
But I had
on the
mine,
side of it.
and I had mine for a lot of years. And then I meet Palmer, and he's a huge Kiss fan. And it turns out that he has a receipt, Alice Cooper's credit card receipt from Chevron. At some, those old style that they ran over the thing, and Alice had his card in there. Somehow he got a hold of a copy of the receipt that said Alice Cooper, in the
My brother's roommate.
right,
He
yeah,
worked
yeah.
there.
And he's all, oh, you like Alice Cooper? I've got his receipt, and I'm like, here, take my Kiss magazine. I gave this full color 60-page magazine for a little, and I'm happy I did. I still have that today, so
cool.
I love that thing.
So you used to be a Kiss fan? What happened?
Oh, yeah, well.
Well, back in the day, yeah.
As my father used to tell me, he used to say, hey, these rock stars
You're not my
you play
son!
for- Yeah. He says, you're paying their bills.
Yeah,
What the fuck, right?
Yeah.
You know who your dad is?
Lucky you.
Yeah.
You're paying their bills, son.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
guy is, hey!
No.
Step
I'm a
ahead.
marketing
Rule,
genius
no
with
dice.
4 solo records you have to buy because you don't want to just get 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
Right, no, you had to have
So,
all 4.
wow.
Yeah.
You can get
Yeah, I
Yeah.
need Paul's.
So, J.J. Jackson was the VJ that day.
I lived in walking
JJ?
distance from Eric, and he called me and he says, Kiss is taking off the makeup.
Yeah.
I didn't have MTV. There I go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
What was walking distance at that time? It's changed.
That was like, at that age, it was like 2 miles. It's like
Yeah, really.
in the heat, summer heat. It was August or what? September 18th. So, hot desert heat. Where were you, Martin? Do you remember the Kiss taking off the makeup?
Martin doesn't know where he is right now.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I
Yeah. You were watching MTV. Come on, a
I
music.
think who was I watching?
Who?
I don't remember.
That's fucking
Madonna?
creepy, dude. What the hell?
I was
She was
watching
big then.
Jabba Jaws.
She was huge.
Yeah. And no, yeah.
I was home alone. I'm a latchkey kid. I'm a latchkey
No
kid.
TV, yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
latchkey kid in the game.
I was in the palm trees. I was cutting palm trees.
That's true, not cutting the palm. He's like, no, you should come down and watch this. That's all right.
No, wait, man, I'm making money.
Yeah. I'm not eating the keys.
Yeah.
So, well, they shocked the world. Everybody sees Vinnie Vincent without makeup, and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah, he's ugly.
get that guy out of
He's an ugly
there!"
duck.
Then they released "Lick It Up," September '83. A few years.
What was that song about?
I don't know, about
Cleaning up a mess, I think.
something like
It had
that.
the
Yeah.
first rap rock song on there. Huh? All Hell's Breaking Loose.
Oh, yeah, that's
Right?
right.
Right? Yeah.
That's right, you're right.
That's
What
true.
is this? Some blah blah blah.
What be this and what be that?
So
And I gotta say, 1,000,000 is a great tune on Lick It Up. Yeah.
yeah, you're a big Lick It Up guy, right? You're,
Oh,
yeah.
Easy.
I loved every
Oh, your
era
uncle.
up until about
Yeah.
20 there.
Yeah.
And, I saw him on the Crazy Nights tour. I loved all that stuff. Even when they looked like
I was at that same show.
beefy. Oh, yeah, that's right, with Anthrax,
Right,
right?
right,
At San Diego Sports Arena.
That's my first Kiss show.
Yeah.
That's,
April
well, we're gonna
1st.
get to, yeah.
It was April 1st.
Wait, we'll have to check with
You're
the
kidding.
It was April 1st, 1988.
I got it.
Eight.
Thank you.
I think it was.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
87?
Yep, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking rock and roll.
Yeah.
So Kiss, turns out Vinny never signed his, according to Gene, never even signed his Kiss.
According
Contract.
to Gene.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Never signed his Kiss contract. Like, he was that much of a, I don't know.
Douche nozzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
It was a gas receipt, right?
Right.
Yeah. It's not a gas receipt,
Yeah.
but not the contract.
Yeah.
So, and Vincent leaves the band, never signed it, and to this day, he's
Wow.
sort of a recluse. He went on to do the Vinnie Vincent Invasion, of course, with Mark Slaughter. Yeah.
Which is an amazing record. The first one was amazing. It actually had a guy named Mark Edwards, is that right?
Yeah.
Eric?
And he was actually going to be the singer for Journey, but he didn't make Journey, so he went to Vinnie Vincent.
Because he was a Filipino.
I'm a Kiss fan, and at this time he wasn't in Kiss.
So he's dead to me.
Great great
Why
record,
is it
though.
that
Boys Gonna
everybody's
Rock.
not
Good
sure
record.
about the fact they turn to him and go,
Yeah.
is that true?
Well, I just looked at him because I could tell he didn't agree with the Vinnie Vincent being a great album. Like,
Oh,
as soon
that
as
was a
you
great
said that, he
record,
was.
yeah. Back on the
He
Streets.
gave
was
Mike the
good.
look.
Dana Strum was a good bass player, I thought, too. I thought
They
it was a
turned
good
into
band.
Slaughter.
Sucked ass.
Yeah, they turned into Slaughter. That's right. Yeah.
All right, Palmer, I want you to tell me somebody you don't like.
White guy.
Yeah, nobody likes white guys. Somebody else.
I don't like that guy.
White guys not having the singer fucking blows.
I try to stay on the positive side. It's all good.
There we go.
that is true.
There's
That's
the
a
man.
PC
Positive
answer.
Palmer.
This
Always.
fucker's trying to sell guitars and shit.
That makes
Yeah, he
sense.
doesn't want to belong to any clientele. You know? All the guitar players shred. Yeah, they may call him someday.
Hey, just fun fact.
Yes.
We love them.
Hey,
Yeah.
these fucking fun facts, I need to approve this
That's
shit.
where.
You know when Vinnie Vincent was joining Kiss, who else was applying for the job?
Yes, I do.
Barbara Walters?
Richie
Rich
Sambora.
Sambora.
Oh,
I was
really?
close. I was close.
That's
And
close.
also a 17-year-old Slash.
Slash.
Really?
Right. Yeah, you're right.
I'm not sure they made the right decision.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
Richie
That's
Sambora
awesome.
for sure.
Yeah.
And I don't recall. Must have been after. I don't know, but I know Charlie Benante. Didn't he try out for them? Charlie Benante from Anthrax.
Oh, did he?
The drummer, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, trying to remember when that would have been, but anyway, I'd heard that. I don't know. I placed those two together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that true? I need to check with you.
I don't know.
Google?
Yeah.
Was it
I don't know
September
about that.
18th?
Google.
Coach Gruden.
I
Coach
never
Gruden,
heard
is that
that.
true?
Yeah.
Coach Gruden. Trying to think about
But you know, maybe Eric Carr came late to a couple rehearsals.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
possible.
And also Lee Majors, the Bionic Man, tried out.
Yeah.
September 18th, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Vinny didn't stick around long enough, or very long, and he's a recluse to this day. I think he was living in Tennessee. Right?
He's on his wife or
With,
something.
with Lee
Yeah.
Majors.
With Lee Majors, yeah.
Well, I heard that he was married and his wife got murdered. There was some weird thing that happened, you know, and she got into like some kind of sex trafficking thing. She was kind of like a prostitute or something.
Hey.
That's what I
Whoa.
heard. Yeah.
Thanks for bringing down the party.
Big deal, and then that's why he went to Tennessee and became a full recluse because psychologically it screwed him up, you know.
And this has been the Kiss special.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know about
It's
that.
all hearsay,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
you know.
But to this day, they don't really know where he is. I guess he's left that home in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but he did return on the Revenge album, like you said. He did patch things up briefly with Kiss later on in the early '90s and helped write some songs on the Revenge album. So,
Is that true, Chucky?
good old.
I'm calling you Chucky. Is
but
that true? Google it, fucker. Just sit there.
I don't get Wi-Fi here.
but after Vinny came
I'm
and
wasting my data points on that.
no, I'll try to do my best Paul Stanley right here. Yeah, not bad, huh?
I think you nailed it, son.
Painful fucking enema.
Oh my god. Step on a nail.
Mark St. John joined the band for Animalize, and from what I heard with Animalize, now the late Mark St. John, he died. Him and Eric Carr are the two deceased members because he died in 2007. But Mark St. John played on the Animalize album, but from what I heard, that there was tensions between Gene and Paul, so so much that they rehearsed with Mark St. John separately, and they just fucking.
I didn't hear that.
Do you know why?
Wait a minute. Palmer, you didn't know that?
No, I heard it was carpal tunnel in his hand.
Well, yeah, they gave him
My whole
carpal
world
tunnel
just-
by
Oh, no,
by
no.
causing him to
Oh,
rehearse.
Oh.
He'd rehearse 4 hours with Paul, then go do 4 hours with Gene,
Oh.
and he ended up with carpal tunnel and couldn't continue with the band.
Got it.
So
You know why there was tension between them two?
I'm not sure.
Incoming.
Gene wanted to be an actor.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
that's true. Yeah.
Remember Runaway and those movies? Yeah.
Runaway, Trick or
was-
Treat.
Trick or Treat.
Okay, no, wait. Time out. Was Runaway the one with the spiders? Which one was the one with the spiders?
He was actually pretty good
With
The
Magnum P.I. and
Yeah, that was Runaway.
Yeah.
that was actually he was actually good.
Yeah,
That
he
was
was
good
the
in
bad
the
guy.
movie.
He
Yeah,
blew
he was
himself
a good
up at
bad
the
guy in
end.
that movie.
Blew
Yeah.
himself.
I give him credit for that one.
He blew himself, yeah.
Right.
He's got a long enough tongue.
That was a different movie.
Like,
I'm talking about my cock, right?
So yeah, Gene's acting career. We can.
Yeah, his acting career for sure. And that's when he was with Cher and all those movie stars and stuff. And it was so cool seeing, like, going to the store with your parents or whatever, and you see all the magazines, and you see Gene covering his face or, something like that.
Yeah.
They were so mysterious, even, like, it's kind of trippy.
And then lead guitarist Bruce Kulick came in. Bob Kulick's brother joins Kiss during the Animalized tour. Anybody remember speaking of Animalized, Heaven's on Fire, of course,
Step on that.
Anybody remember the video jukebox at Yellow Brick Road? Because this was a staple on that. We had Yellow Brick Road, and there was a video jukebox, and most of the songs in there were like Stray Cats or George Michael, Wham or something like that. But it had I think it had Dio Mystery and Kiss Heaven's on Fire. Those were the only two, quote metal tunes or what,
Right.
Which basically at this point Kiss kind of fell into the metal genre, more or less. Like we kind of, the heavy metalers who like Maiden and Scorpions and everything just sort of accepted them into the, as metal, basically, more or less, right? Until Tears Are Falling came out.
Did
That's
they
a badass
did
song,
they actually
dude.
call and check?
Yeah.
Do you guys accept us?
That's my favorite Kiss tune. Tears Are
We
Falling.
would've
Tears Are
Yes,
Falling,
too.
yeah, yeah.
Really?
But the video, it kind of confused me because it rains and they're playing their instruments, and how does that work?
It doesn't get
Yeah,
wet.
well, Prince did it at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's
That's
dead
Prince,
now.
bro.
And now yeah.
Death by electrocution.
Right, yeah. I don't know.
That's a badass song.
That's Hollywood. That's Hollywood. They made us think we went to the moon. They can play guitars in the rain, right, Jeff?
I agree with you.
Right.
That's a great tune. I love that album. Asylum. That's what it is.
Asylum, yeah. They
Yeah.
put out Asylum '85, Crazy Nights '87, and then what? Eric? What after that? Eric?
He's in the head.
And then April. Okay, on the Crazy Nights tour, my first Kiss show, which was 1988. Yeah,
April 1st.
April 1st, at the San Diego
You're
Sports.
kidding.
Was that yours too?
April 1st.
April Fools.
Oh yeah.
We can't believe you.
So Chucky,
Come on,
Sorry,
that was your first Kiss concert?
That was my first Kiss concert.
Really?
I wanted to see him as a kid in Vegas, and I would tell my family, let's go see Kiss. When they were, when they were broke. I was like, let's go see Kiss. I can handle it. I'm a little kid, I know, but it's going to be loud, but I want to see Kiss. And they're like, all right, we might take it, da-da-da-da. I found out later, Kiss never played Vegas until, they had, Eric Carr in the band in the 80s. They never even went there in the 70s, which is odd, but yeah. But my first was 1988 with Anthrax. So I kind of went there for Anthrax. I was there.
Which was Among the Living, right?
Among the Living tour,
Nice.
yeah. So I kind of went there for Anthrax, more or less.
Cool.
Nice. Anyone?
So nice then.
So let's go around the room. First Kiss show.
Oh shit.
I'll start. Fucking never. How about that?
The Fathom event you just saw.
Jared, wait in the other room.
Still waiting.
My first show was Kiss, Slaughter, and Winger. I forget what year that was, but it was
Hot in the Shade tour.
yes.
There we go.
It had the Sphinx in the back, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So would that be
Michael
Peter?
Spinks or Leon?
Let's talk about Winger
Yeah.
and Slaughter.
Yeah, fuck Kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's-
I mean, at the time, badass opening acts. I mean, it was awesome.
For the yeah.
That was a
Winger,
good tour.
Kip
Yeah.
Winger, former Alice Cooper bass player. Mark Slaughter, former singer for Benny Vincent. So
Right.
it's all
6 degrees, right?
all intertwined.
6
right?
degrees
yeah,
to Kiss. Yeah.
6 strings of separation.
Look at Martin. Here, Martin, say it again, Martin.
Strings of separation.
Say it again.
A little-
6 strings of
A
separation.
Martin Herrera appearance at the
Yeah.
table.
That
First show,
that was
Jeff.
Clever,
First
Martin. I
Kiss
like
show.
that.
Okay, well, I have to admit that, I hope not, whatever, but I fell out of love with Kiss during that whole
Blasphemy,
era.
you fuck.
Yeah,
So, my first Kiss show wasn't until they got the boys back, put the makeup back on.
Yeah.
What was it, 96, 97?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, reunion tour.
Irvine
Yeah.
Meadows, Alive Worldwide.
Yeah.
That's when Kiss came back.
Well, you didn't miss much.
Yeah.
Only the fucking hottest
Yeah.
band in the world.
I missed Anthrax on Among the Living.
Right, you
too,
meant, yeah.
yes, now,
I thought
would've-
you would at least
I would
be
have
there
seen
for
that, and
yeah.
then.
You hated Kiss so much at that time. I'm not even gonna go see my
Yeah.
favorite band, Anthrax.
Totally. They're just gonna ruin it. For
Yeah, I could leave right after, but fucking, I know Kiss is in the building. And that
It just irks me.
Yeah.
It gets to know myself.
Well, they were.
Yeah, so I wasn't necessarily a Kiss fan until they came back.
Children,
Oh,
right?
96.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's understandable.
Mhm.
Martin, did you?
Thanks,
what's
Chuck.
your fucking story?
Here we go.
Actually, I'm like Jerry. I haven't seen him yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking A, bud. Yeah.
Same thing, you know, '96. But I went to the convention tour that they
Yeah.
did, and so they did the acoustic set and all that. And at the one I went to, Peter Criss came out.
You saw the one where Peter Criss
Yeah.
came out before the actual reunion.
Right.
Thing.
It was
Oh,
in-
okay.
yeah, Burbank.
Oh
and-
shit.
But
Can I touch you?
Yes.
Again?
Again?
Again? Wow.
Later.
Let him unload on you.
At least he asked permission first this time.
Just like Jeff and Mike,
Save me that ticket for later.
And yeah, nobody's seen Kiss until.
I waited till the reunion.
Right,
tour.
right, yeah.
But I also saw the convention tour in New York City,
Uh huh.
and that was like a day or two.
New York City.
A day or two before they did the Unplugged show.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And there were
Delayed
rumors that
reaction.
Ace
Get a rope.
was going to come out, but he didn't.
I remember the rumors.
Rumors.
I remember I started the rumor.
The rumors were true. No.
But the
I mean, it's true there were
reunion tour was
rumors.
awesome.
Before you go on, tell them the Guitar Next story.
The reunion tour, I was living in Washington, D.C., and they came to Maryland, and so I got a ticket. They sold out the tickets real quick, so they added another show. Well, I was working in the Pentagon, and there was a ticket master inside the Pentagon, and I was the first one in line, and I think I got
Bill
fourth-
Clinton was right behind him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fourth
Monica
or-
right behind him.
fourth or fifth row seat.
Kiss ticket.
Bad taste in her mouth.
You want Bill
A stain on her
Lyons.
dress.
So I ended up getting fourth or fifth row seats.
Right.
My buddy and I get to the show, and we're on the aisle. So, you know, real close to the stage. There's no one who's gonna stand in that area on the aisle.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, we're gonna move up here, and we're gonna we'll just be here, and if we get kicked back to our seats, we get kicked back. We end up staying along the front row that whole night. I had Paul Stanley makeup on too.
You made him dress up as Paul, huh?
Well, you still had the tattoo, right? He never washed it off.
So, we're doing our thing, enjoying the show, and my buddy says, "Look who is to your right," and it was Sebastian Bach from Skid Row. And I'm like, "Oh, hey, what's up, man?" And he was all high and drunk, and he was like, "Hey," and then we're singing, we're singing Kiss tunes all night, arm in arm,
Yeah.
Right.
Me and Sebastian Bach. At the end of the show, Paul Stanley breaks the guitar, hands me the neck
Oh wow.
Of the guitar.
of the guitar.
Cool.
He didn't say the shaft.
That was an Ibanez. Wasn't it
He wasn't
Ibanez?
breaking out of turkey.
Ibanez Iceman.
I'm gonna show you a picture in a minute.
Yeah, love it.
Whoa. What?
And did he
So-
did he
so-
acknowledge Sebastian at all? Or?
He- You know what? He didn't.
Really?
But,
Eric from the Pentagon.
I
so
want you to have this.
that right after that, the lights went up, and Sebastian Bach goes, "You got the guitar, man." I'm like, "Oh yeah, awesome." I asked him to sign it. He goes, "No, you're coming backstage with me. I'm gonna have Paul Stanley sign it for you." Didn't end up being able to do that. I didn't have the pass. They wouldn't let him bring
Yeah, the
bring the
Pentagon
plus
pass.
one.
I have Sebastian Bach. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
But,
thinking you've gone
I'm
wild.
from the I have Pentagon clearance. I can't see fucking Kiss.
But I walked out of that stadium high as a kite, happy, and here's the
Show the
Show
camera.
the camera.
Show the camera.
Oh, yeah, we
Show
got
the camera.
show that first.
Oh yeah, that's
I
awesome.
had a case made, and
Let me show the
Do
camera
it. Do
for
it,
you.
Palmer. Half a case. Keep
Yeah,
talking.
yeah.
Keep talking.
Like the camera's still
Keep
running.
talking.
It shut off about an hour
Palmer,
ago.
can you hook that to an actual rest of a guitar? So we
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be badass, Eric.
Totally could. I could make an Ibanez body. I could make an Iceman.
Paul said, "Here you go, me."
So what's
Did anyone get Ace Frehley's album, Ace Frehley's Common around that
Yes.
time?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say that when we were talking so much about damn Vinnie Vincent. I was going
Right,
to say
right.
Frehley's comment. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Into the Night.
Yeah, Rock Soldiers.
Rock Soldiers.
Yeah.
too, that was
Anton
great.
Fig,
Anton
once
Fig
again,
was
came
the-
back.
Yep.
yeah.
Anton Fig is like they should have given him his own makeup and his, he's more. It seems like a more member of Kiss than a few members of Kiss.
Yes.
And so,
But real quick, I didn't know this about you, Chucky, but I didn't know that was your first Kiss concert, April 1st, 1980.
It was. And
because that was my first Kiss concert.
Are you guys gonna kiss?
And you know it's funny. I went there with Troy Zimmer and Quincy Doherty from high school. I don't remember those guys.
Yeah, remember totally.
But because it was April, spring break was happening in Palm Springs when we came back home. So it's like, let's take 111, and fucking we shot down, and we fucking, like, soon as Palm Canyon starts, we hit the strip right there, and we're just like, we just got back from Kiss, fucking,
Yeah.
all the fucking douchebags out there, fuck you, long hair. So.
Hey, I gotta say, there was
fucking out there.
There was certain.
I knew you.
There was certain areas for being a Kiss fan, you got persecuted in that era. When they had that crazy night thing going on, and I remember sitting in class, getting teased. What the hell? Crazy nights? Give me a break,
Yeah.
or all night, or
Right,
Yeah.
All right, so Hot in the what came out next? Hot in the
Hot in the
Shade.
Shade.
Hot in the Shade. Was that a good? That's when kind of my Kiss lost me a little around there.
That was
You
the
can
first
fast forward.
album that Eric Carr sang on, which was called
delete
Little
that.
Caesar.
That's right. Eric Carr sang on. He did have a song.
Deuce.
Because that's important about keeping. Because he had to sing from that point on. He had to sing Black
Peter.
Diamond, right? Which is my favorite Kiss song. My one. Which brings up a good point. What's everyone's favorite Kiss song? Off the top of their head. Mine is Black Diamond. My second would be probably Dirty Livin'. Both of them sang by Peter Criss.
Love Her All I Can.
Yeah.
Dress to Kill.
Yeah, that's a great
There you
tune, man.
I think I'm 100,000 years.
Yeah. That's a badass
Last
tune.
one.
And very, when you listen to it today, dare I say, fucking Caius kind of sounds, their sound was kind of
How dare you say that?
100,000 years, that,
Yeah, kind of. I could hear.
Some of them taking too long, yeah.
Yeah.
Throw jump.
Add the
Yeah. I guess if you throw in there, do you know where you're going to? Yeah. It's same thing, but I don't know. And for once again, for those listening in the Netherlands, we're in the desert, we're in the Coachella Valley. You're all big Caius fans out here.
There's nobody fucking listening. There's nobody listening.
There's nobody listening now. The computer's off. So I don't know. 100,000 Years, great tune. That's the one I want Mighty Jack to cover too.
Nice.
That's a great
I'm
tune.
saying that right here.
Done.
That's a great tune.
Jim.
Yeah, I would have to say "Shock Me."
Yeah. Ace Frehley.
Yeah, because that or the Dr. Love, because that hit me first.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's another great Ace solo, and the song's great, and Jing's voice, and all that stuff. So.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Oh, Parasite.
Yeah.
That's another great one.
Yes.
And of course, going back again, the captured live-ish version of She.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I like Selena.
I like them all.
I never actually even thought about my favorite Kiss song.
Right, yeah.
It's just Kiss, and they're all.
They're all
just kind of
as brilliant as the
I'm gonna say it. Rock and roll all night.
Oh, hey.
Here's why. Here's why.
Hey.
Because my kids, Sophia and Ruben, she's 8 now, he's 12, but when we first got them,
They love to rock it
They
for
love-
love.
well, they're adopted.
Oh,
Yeah. How you feel now?
How you like
So when they first came to us, just kidding.
when the
like,
stork brought him.
My daughter loved Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
And we would sing that song in the car, and that's the song they really sang with me, and it's
Sophia hates that song.
no, she loves this song.
Your kids hate that song.
They hate you both.
Pick another
They
one.
love the song more than you.
Martin? Not just whatever the first Kiss Alive. I just love the majority of all those albums. So I can't choose. Same as.
Oh,
Just
you'll
can't
fucking
choose.
choose right now. I'll come down there.
Going back to Love Her All I Can,
Uh-huh.
when I saw them at the convention show, they were taking requests from the audience, and so I kept yelling for that song.
Yeah.
Love Her All I Can, Love Her All I Can. So finally, Gene, he started playing that opening intro,
Yeah.
and so that's all he played, but just the fact that he heard me and played it,
Yeah,
you
it
got
was good
knowledge.
enough. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
I always liked Hard Luck Woman. That's a great
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
Great tune.
I hate that Garth Brooks covered it, but
Yeah, I was gonna say Garth Brooks did it. Yeah.
He did pretty good.
Yeah, but you can't tell the difference between Garth Brooks and
Peter Chris.
Yeah. Both got that scratchy.
Yeah.
If ever I met you. That was Rod Stewart's version, but. Have I told you lately?
You're a hologram.
I have to ask you to stop.
We know yours is cold gin, right?
Mine? No, it's a toss it between like, I don't know, Rock Lobster and
Rock
and
bottom
Love Shack,
stir.
I think.
Rock.
Rock bottom stir.
You know, I'm right in there.
There you go. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't
How about you,
really
Chucky?
pick a
I like the one that's She's Gone Country. That's, no, I said mine. Black Diamond, sang by Peter Criss.
That's right.
Dirty Livin',
Dirty
sung
Livin'.
by Peter Criss, and then probably I like Ace. Probably 2000 Man, even it's a Stones cover, but and probably 100,000 Years. My favorite Paul sung song would be 100,000 Years. My favorite Gene song would actually be Radioactive. No, Charisma from Dynasty.
That's a
I
great
like
one.
Radioactive too, but they're almost like the same song. But Charisma. What is my
Yeah.
which was not disco at all. That was a rock tune. That was a
Yeah.
Kiss tune. So fuck all you fucking people that thought Dynasty was disco. It's you didn't listen to the whole album. You only listened to the first song.
Hard times, man.
So,
Hard
yeah.
times. That
Yeah.
sounds amazing.
Seriously, if I had to pick one, probably Deuce.
Douche.
Bubble Douche Show, hey!
That's always a great opening song.
Hard.
Yeah,
It's worth a douche.
He's worth a fucking douche. No, that's, yeah. Deuce is fucking nice. Deuce good song. Good
Maybe
choice.
when you're feeling
Good choice, man.
not fresh.
I'm surprised that's not a fucking commercial. I could totally see
Yeah,
Gene saying, "Yeah, you know what's the bottom line on that? We'll do the Kiss douche. We don't care, you know. But,
Exactly.
you know, we'll give you some stock in the Kiss Army." But yeah, I'm right there with you, Mike. So
You know your badge is working hard.
It needs a douche.
That was good.
So, actually, Gene was a
so
human
we're
tampon,
hot
so
shape, right?
where did I leave off?
Hot in the shade, right?
I think in 2016, let's wrap this fucking pig. Well, I've been here forever.
Hot in the shade.
Where we at?
Yeah,
Hey,
Hot
we're
in the
just getting
Shade.
started.
Okay.
We're just
Yeah,
getting
that's hot in
started.
the shade.
In '94, Kiss My Ass, the compilation.
That was
of course.
good.
Right.
Yeah,
That was good.
That's
the,
bad.
Is that a real thing?
yeah, it was a compilation. It was a tribute album.
Shandy's Addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. What's Garth Brooks did Hard Luck Woman.
Yep.
Mighty Mind Boss Tones did Detroit Rock City.
Yeah.
Did Detroit
Lenny
Rock
Kravitz.
City.
Lenny Kravitz. Yeah. Toe the Wet Sprockets on there.
Anthrax.
Anthrax.
There's Mighty Boss Stones. Yeah. Toad the Wet Sprocket did what? Going Blind.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. They did Christine 16, didn't they? Or was that...
Might come up over there.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Hey, Mighty Boston's. Who does that Detroit Rock City song?
Well, we just
That'd
happen
be
to have
Kiss.
them on the
We
phone.
fucking let them do it.
So now, yeah, I had the cassette of that.
What's a cassette?
Summer 1995. Peter Criss and Ace Frehley took the road on the Bad Boys of Kiss tour,
I saw that. Yes,
which
yeah. Sacramento, California.
Yeah. I never understood why did Peter, Criss, and Ace Frehley not just start a band together? Like I saw this thing about the Bad Boys tour. I'm like, awesome, they're playing together, fucking. And then I found out it was their solo bands playing,
Each set.
one before the other. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, I would think they could play stadiums because I would almost rather see Peter, Criss, and Ace Frehley and two other guys in Gene and Paul's makeup rather than I love.
Blasphemy.
Yeah,
Ah.
I mean it's apples and oranges almost. You can almost and I'm sure that most of the bigger songs are sung by Paul and Gene, but they have their fair share. Their fucking biggest hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was kind of hoping that's what that was, and even though I was more, this was the '90s, and I was more into the alternative, the grunge, if you will, fucking, and I kind of let that go. I was like, oh well, this is fucking cool, but it wasn't. But at the same time, pretty cool that they fucking joined, and you saw them play, right?
Yep.
So would you all just, if Ace and Peter were playing together, would you prefer to see that, or just as much as?
At least just as much. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah.
What
I'd buy a
convalescent
ticket.
home are they playing?
Yeah.
Ouch!
Might be at the Betty Ford. I think.
Before or after they take their meds.
I don't know. So now in '95,
God, we're not even to 2000 yet.
Well, we're gonna.
Come on.
Yeah, it's. Don't worry. It comes to
Hey,
a
it's
screeching
Kiss.
halt. Yeah. Peter Criss and Ace Frehley. Peter Criss visits the North American Kiss convention in LA. He joins the band on stage and
Yes.
sings "Hard Luck
I remember
Woman"
that
and
day.
"Nothing to Lose."
Yes.
And then, of course, you know this date, right? You know it. You're looking it up right now.
September 18th.
August 9th, 1995.
Unmasked? Unplugged?
We got a couple members of the family here, and I'm not talking about mom and dad. I'm talking about Peter Criss and Ace Frehley.
Yeah. So, the Kiss performs on MTV Unplugged. The band invites former members Peter Criss and Ace Frehley to participate in a mini reunion on stage for several songs. And there he is now. Let's bring him out. Come on, Peter. For an Unplugged set. Now, this was huge, right?
Yeah.
Don't tell me you guys weren't all fucking moved to
I was
tears.
there. I was with my VCR.
I think I watched it at Jeff's. We were doing Agents track. We were playing in the Agents at the time, and I don't know how we. Maybe you had it recorded, or I was just walking by and it was on a constant loop in your house.
totally, yeah.
But I'm like, fucking Peter Criss and Ace Frehley are playing fucking Gene and Paul.
And I gotta say, the acoustic version of "Coming Home" is really great.
Yeah.
it's a
It
great
was
tune.
fucking the acoustic version of Beth was. I want to say like they should rather than play the karaoke.
Totally.
Version of the real
Do
tune
it.
and
Yeah.
have Peter Criss come out and sing without him. They should just play it as a.
Didn't they do that in the Phantom too? I remember.
They had
Paul
by the
played-
pool.
By the
Yeah.
pool.
By the swimming pool.
And they were playing like that. Yeah.
Don't mention that fucking movie.
And from what I heard, like Paul was playing it on acoustic and Peter was singing it. From what I heard, it took a long time for Bruce Kulick to show Ace Frehley how to play Beth
I believe it.
on
Oh,
guitar
wow, yeah.
to do that show. Like he had to do that because they were going live on MTV.
Totally.
It took him a while. Eventually, he mastered it, and it sounded
Really?
great.
I believe
yeah.
that.
I agree.
And then they brought out. They did a few songs just together, and then Paul said, "All right, let's bring out everybody." And I guess the audience booed. You don't hear it on the album, but everyone once they got the real thing, they didn't want Eric Singer and Bruce Kulick to come back out, so they were booing it, which is pretty sad because those guys were with them a long time. But I don't know. Anybody? Any thoughts? Any anecdotes on fucking the no? Okay,
No.
well,
Let's move on.
all right. Well, February '96.